Hello, hello, hello! It's Miella Threescoopes on the second YouTube channel. I had a New Year's resolution where I decided, starting next year, I start streaming a little bit more actively on my second channel. So here I am! Surprise, surprise, surprise! How often do you plan on doing this is the real question. That is a good question. Probably at least, well, this one I didn't miss. Southeast Asia. It's from Southeast Asia that mostly focus on Filipino VTubers. As someone who does have Filipino members in their family, that's actually pretty neat. Oh dear. What? My connection is horrible. What the? Huh? What's going on? My drop frame rates are going like crazy. I'm sorry. Pardon me? Something's wrong. What? I'm sorry. Excuse me? Alright. The drop frame rate stopped. Nice internet, brother. Did you get it from McDonald's? What's up? I do live with multiple people, but what could they possibly be doing that's causing so much trouble? And thank you so much for the follow. Oh, thank you. Even though my internet is acting like poopy caca right now, where I have a total of 1,231 dropped frame rates. You guys heard me right there. I've never actually attended a live stream of one of their talents, but I wonder if they speak Tagalog. I know the language pretty well since I grew up listening to it. It's pretty similar to Spanish. Apparently the company forced her to do a public apology. It's completely harmless, but I can also see where they're coming from. Despite it being harmless, I can see why they wanted to regulate this meme. It is indeed completely harmless, but at the same time, I can understand their point of view. Remember, it is a VTuber company. As someone who has worked in companies in the past, not VTuber agencies anyway, but just corporations in general, they do have to uphold certain regulations and rules for whatever reason. If this is what it takes to trigger you online, you are not going to survive the rest of the internet. Damn. They wanted to avoid controversy and create more controversy in the process. Awesome. But the funny thing about that is, I came across this. Apparently, they decided to reconsider how they responded to the meme. To our amazing community, thank you for the continued support you've shown. We've listened to your feedback and understand there are areas where we could have done better. The decisions that she made, including removing the post and sharing her statement, were entirely her own. Do you guys believe that? I'm pretty iffy about VTuber companies nowadays, especially with what happened in the past with Goalkeeper. You can't count on corporations to be 100% transparent and honest, because by the end of the day, they mostly just care about maintaining their company's reputation in the public eye. But for me, nowadays, I'm very skeptical. It's harmless. I've seen so much more worse things on the internet than having a VTuber make a meme about fertility, you know, come on. You would think, but that's not Fauna from Hololive. This is Adora Fortune from Evolves, a completely different VTuber company. We are moving back to the topic of VTuber groups. Funny enough, I was considering to join a VTuber group. I felt pretty tempted just for that, because it matched my own, but I decided, you know what? Considering what I've seen when it comes to VTuber groups, it does sound like fun at first, but I decided, you know what, no. Mainly because I was afraid if I would even get along with the other talents, if I were to get in. That was my biggest worry. Would I get along with everybody else? That's always my biggest worry. It's unfortunate, but we are witnessing another VTuber group falling apart. As you may be well aware, VR I am not used to pronouncing whatever this is supposed to be. VR Hapsodia? Did I pronounce that right? It wasn't just the logo. There were other factors, yes. They made a document. I have yet to read it. I want to read it and react it with you guys. That was an unacceptable action we took, and we don't look fondly upon it. Mistakes happen. You know the internet. You make one little slip up, even if it's innocent. You make one little slip up and they will eat you alive for it, especially if it's AI generated art. That's the sad reality, even if it's a genuine mistake. It's just hard to tell if someone made a genuine mistake with AI generated art nowadays though. As for having lolly VTubers? Oh, we're back to this topic. Oh, here we go. Do people not realize that VTuber corporations also have lolly VTubers? So does that automatically label Hololive as something very, very, very disgusting? The name again. I feel like I heard about that meme. No, I definitely heard about that name circulating around in Twitter before, but it was over little things that didn't really escalate as much to the point where the major VTuber news channels would not even cover it. Speaking of VTuber news channels, I think, are you guys familiar with Alara? I believe she's the only one who ever covered on that. Furthermore, what Alara reported on was already debunked by us. Did management make a few mistakes, a few stumbles? Definitely. We aren't perfect. Right, but like I said, the suckish part about that is no matter how small your mistake is, just one little slip up where a majority will not agree with you, they will eat you alive. And to that one chatter who compared us to Niji-sanji, yikes! Niji-sanji?
Bruh.
Wow, we kicked out a stalker who was after one of our members to protect her, because that's who we are. Unlike what Niji-sanji did recently with that one talent of theirs. That was my last video that I made before I went off on my Christmas vacation. Mistakes happen. It's called being human. Right. But the internet does not care about that. No matter how harmless the mistake is. You call yourself a journalist, but that's highly debatable. Be better. Yeah, self-promotion, that's something you have to be a little bit more considerate of. Otherwise, you'll just look very rude. Here we go again. This name again. Akuma Miko. Oh yeah, I've seen her icon around Twitter before. This group was not a kind bunch. They constantly had... Okay, this is diving in really deep. She couldn't grasp what a real friendship was? How old was she? That's pretty concerning. Age-wise and background-wise. There was actually audio of Miko confessing to... doxing someone. If you want to listen to it, that's bad. That's really bad. We're crossing criminal territory here at this point. That's... Remember the whole situation with Kenji? Son Kenji? And Dub? If she doxed someone, was it proven with solid proof? If she really did dox someone, I'm surprised that she's still around. Like I said, the VTuber space can be very ferocious with that stuff. Okay, overall, from my general understanding, I'm just doing a lot of speed reading right now. With all the drama that's being posted on here, would cause the downfall of this VTuber group. If you want to really read it, like read every single page, word for word, the tweet is right here. Right here! For anybody who wants to read the whole thing. Conclusion. End of the day, it sucks that this group fell apart. It's important to still handle this professionally, even when this is a group that isn't supposed to be professional. Well, professionalism matters. I mean, I know what they're trying to say, but if you want something to work, you need professionalism. You need professionalism to a degree if you want something to work, especially if you're trying to gather a group of random VTubers who don't know each other very well. Management, that's what it's all about. Oh yeah, the screenshot you sent me. Since I was mentioned in this document briefly, let's clarify the stance here, quote-unquote. Excuse me, it's extremely disingenuous to sit back and say I have no opinion of Miko when there's proof of already biased decision-making and only covering your ass, literally under one of the posts, speculating over the call-out post made on V Rhapsodia. I still need to take a moment just to pronounce that. V Rhapsodia, you already formed an opinion, you're just too scared. I suggest if you don't want me to post everything I have, you leave me alone because I will post everything that was said about me while still being a group member. Oh, is this what you're talking about?
Actually, just let you hear it from herself.
And I'm just gonna admit this here, right now. Hi. I'm gonna introduce myself as the bitch who doxed Tara.
Having an iPhone is rad, because now I can verbally shitpost. Meow meow balls. Meow meow balls. Meow meow balls. Meow meow balls. Meow meow balls.
Mid-editing, Andreas here. I almost forgot to mention that in a statement by someone named Carterman MCD, who I'll talk about later, he explicitly mentions how Akuma Miko asked him to get personal information about someone named Paradox to help Akuma Miko dox Paradox. Akuma Miko unfortunately was not able to follow through with this, hence Carterman did not follow through on this himself.
Okay, well, for one thing, I don't know who's the person that she doxed. Probably the reason why she's still around is because, well, compared to Son Kenji, who is a very well-known indie VTuber in the space, it's probably because it's pretty sad. If you don't have a large following, a lot of people are not going to pay attention to it. It's pretty sad, but that's the reality of things. It's sort of like how some VTubers have been losing their Twitch channels because of new regulations. But if you don't have a large following, chances are you're not going to get your channel back. Does that make any sense? Because it takes a lot of people to show that they care about what's happening to this particular streamer. So that probably explains it. Let me just say it right here. I do not condone or encourage harassment of any kind, even if what they did is criminal. I am just going to say that right here and now for anyone who's listening. Please do not go after them. It's a really cool idea that VTubers with a lot of more experience want to help other VTubers grow. They want to take them under their wing, but sometimes it just doesn't work out for one reason or another. It's very unfortunate.